Isaac, son of Abraham, grew into a quiet man who loved the fields. His wife Rebekah carried a mystery in her womb, twins who struggled even before birth. When they arrived, the first was red and hairy, Esau. The second came gripping his brother's heel, Jacob. Two boys, already pulling against each other like teams in a tug-of-war. They grew into opposites. Esau roamed the wilds and hunted. Isaac favored him. Jacob stayed among the tents, thoughtful and sharp. Rebekah favored him. One day Esau staggered in from the field, starving. Jacob had stew simmering. The price of a bowl was Esau's birthright, the special inheritance of the firstborn. Esau, ruled by his hunger, agreed. A future traded for a meal. Years rolled on, and Isaac's eyes dimmed with age. He decided to give his firstborn blessing to Esau. Rebekah overheard. She remembered the older would serve the younger. She guided Jacob in a risky play. Dress in Esau's clothes. Cover his smooth skin with goat hair and bring Isaac a meal. Isaac, blind and uncertain, touched the disguise and listened to the voice. Suspicion flickered, but the blessing fell on Jacob. Esau returned and discovered the theft. His grief turned to fury. Rebekah, fearing revenge, sent Jacob away to her brother Laban. Thus began Jacob's long exile. At a lonely place on the journey, Jacob slept with a stone for a pillow and dreamed of a stairway between heaven and earth, with messengers moving upon it. God promised him land, family, and presence. Jacob woke shaken and named the place Bethel, House of God, realizing the world was thicker with mystery than he'd guessed. At Laban's home, Jacob met Rachel and loved her at once. He agreed to work 7 years to marry her. Those years felt short to him, but on the wedding night, Laban switched daughters and gave Leah instead. Morning revealed the trick. Laban shrugged and said the older must marry first. Jacob worked 7 more years for Rachel. 2 sisters, one loved more, one aching to be loved. Children began to arrive, many sons and a daughter, through Leah, Rachel, and their servants. A whole nation's seeds were being planted in a messy household. Rivalry filled the tents, yet life multiplied. Jacob prospered too, cleverly growing his flocks even while Laban tried to outmaneuver him. Eventually, Jacob felt the pull of home. He slipped away with his family and herds. Laban chased, but parted peacefully after a tense meeting. Still, a greater fear waited. Esau, the brother he'd wronged, was coming with hundreds of men. On the night before they met, Jacob found himself wrestling a mysterious man until daybreak. Neither overcame the other. The stranger touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it, yet Jacob clung on, demanding a blessing. He received a new name, Israel, one who wrestles with God. Limping but transformed, he met Esau the next day. Instead of revenge, Esau ran to embrace him. The years had worn down the anger. 2 brothers, once divided by stew and deception, wept on each other's shoulders. The past still mattered, but it no longer ruled. Time passed. Jacob's sons grew, and among them Joseph stood out, the first son of Rachel, dearly loved. Jacob gave him a special robe, a bright sign of favoritism. Joseph dreamed bold dreams where his brothers bowed to him. He shared them, perhaps too freely. Jealousy simmered. One day the brothers saw Joseph coming across the fields. Envy hardened into action. They threw him into a pit, then sold him to passing traders. His robe they dipped in blood to fake his death. Jacob mourned, believing a beast had taken his beloved son. Meanwhile, Joseph was carried toward Egypt, the next chapter already forming beyond anyone's sight. These years read like a river with bends, hunger and bargains, tricks and consequences, love and rivalry, fear and reconciliation. The people are flawed, the outcomes unpredictable. Yet a quiet thread runs through it all. The sense that even through human schemes and stumbles, a larger story keeps unfolding, patient and strangely purposeful.